I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down? I'm holding court.
She had peaceful power. I've never said that together. Peaceful power. She was just so powerful. But
I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you round back when I was down?
What's up, world? It's your boy, Big Court of the Holdin Court Podcast. You already know what it is, and we here one more again, and I got my beautiful oldest daughter here with me, Rachel Renee.
What's up, world? What's going on?
Yeah, we still down here in the A. We still down here getting it in the ATL, highlighting all the legends and all that and so forth. But I want you guys to go to my Legacy Builder community, go to unfiltered.com, tap in Mindset Strategies, correct? Mm-hmm. My daughter usually does this. Go ahead, take it over.
Mindset, money, motivation. If you're an entrepreneur, you sell, you do services, whatever you got going on, we're the community to support you. Go to iambigcourt.com or go to school.com/Legacy Builders University.
wow.
There it is, right? See, I got to defer to my child sometime. But today we have a very special guest, and I don't say that lightly. And I've been watching this young lady for many, many years. And she doesn't know I was a fan of hers, actually. Even told my wife that, I was a fan of hers. Actually, and my co-star as well. We did a movie together. The list of what she has done and accomplished is super long. She's a actress, journalist, dancer, tap dancer, philanthropist, athlete, and what else?
She's a soror.
Yeah.
Soror, yeah.
But we have the incomparable Rashan Ali. How are you?
I am very well. I'm so happy to be a part of this conversation today.
Yeah. I'm glad you got a chance to come.
Absolutely.
I'm serious. I used to watch you on Sister Circle.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So even though, I'm a man and I know the demographic was for the ladies or whatever, but I enjoyed the conversations that you and the ladies had on that.
That was a good time. That was a critical show at the time. I wish we could have stayed on. We were canceled in 2020 right before the world shut down and of course, George Floyd's, and I really wish we had that platform to be able to speak on. But we did what we needed to do for those 3 years, and it played an integral role in my life, both professionally and personally. So I enjoyed Sister Circle. I grew a lot. I grew exponentially.
Yeah, you were really good at that. I think that's when I came into the know of Rashan Ali, the brand and what you did.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my wife and we used to watch it. In real talk, I used to be like, the lady with the short hair, she cute, ain't she? She's like, yeah, Rashan is pretty. Your mother did. You
see this tracks.
I love it.
I think I told you that when we did a Little Piece of Heaven.
Yeah.
I think I told you that.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know if you told me that part.
I didn't? Okay, I thought I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sister Circle was super dope.
Thank you.
You've been working in the media for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drag it back, but this is just a question that came to me. You're on the same side that I am when it comes to media, responsible journalism, content with integrity.
Yes.
Do you think that still exists now in this social media age?
It's, you don't see it as much as it, you used to see it before. And anybody can grab a microphone now and anybody can say, well, I know this is fact because I saw it here. With real journalists, you really had to find the source. You had to quote the source. You had to identify who the source was, and it had to be credible information. But now it doesn't have to be credible. Anybody can, and I love that, people are doing it and doing it well when it comes to podcasting and all of those things. But you can tell the real from the ones who are just have a microphone, and it's fine.
Right.
But I do miss the world where there was really good journalistic quality from the media space all the way down, from the news all the way down, But kudos to everyone that's, making a living off of this and doing very well. But you got to know who your source is before shelling out any type of information. And also just knowing how to interview and what to do and how to have a follow-up question, all of those types of things. It's a real skill set. And you can learn that, obviously. Yeah. I mean, not every director went to film school. And, not every producer, learned about money management or went to business school, whatever that is. So and everybody's path is different. But back to the original question, yes, I do feel like journalism has really taken a hit because now with the social media space, there's so many people that feel like they're journalists and aren't.
Right. You think it's more clicks over context?
Absolutely. Heck, I'm guilty of that. Like, what she saying? Let me click on that. You know what I mean? So, I'm not taking away from anybody's success. Right. Do you? I think it's incredible. But yeah, we do miss that space.
Right. What are the dangers of that?
I'm sorry?
What are the dangers of bad
journalism? Just people believing anything.
That's a fact.
People believing anything and then running with it. I mean, we see it every single day.
Yeah.
And taking something that's completely false and making it true.
Right. But playing devil's advocate, is that the people's fault or is it the creator's fault?
Well, because so many people are posturing as journalists, people are more privy to believe what they're saying, and then they run with it. I mean, this world is all crazy.
Right. Is it the creator's fault because people are gullible and they're lazy to do, or
maybe
or
it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes both ways.
I think it's a shared
responsibility.
Thing.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So growing up in Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, I was born in Atlanta, raised in Decatur, but I get the best of both worlds.
Okay, so that's a no. So what distinguishes? I know Decatur, but I mean, why are you saying it's separate?
Well, just because I don't, a lot of people are like, well, she ain't really grow up in Atlanta. I claim both, which is great because on my birth certificate it says Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. And then if you see me, if you're going through the airport, you can see I'm an Atlanta ambassador.
We saw you.
You did?
Yes. My youngest daughter, was it you?
I pointed it out.
Okay, yeah, we was coming up the escalator.
Yeah.
She said that's Rashan.
There
she was in the show.
Yeah. So, but raised in Decatur. So on the east side, but obviously those worlds collide. Obviously, from the folks from the southwest side to the east side, we're all one. One big family.
So you're not a Grady baby.
Oh no, I'm a Crawford Long baby. Let me get that straight. My parents had insurance. Sorry. She's here all week, everybody. No, I'm saying I love the Grady babies, but that's like an ongoing joke.
I know
between us. You know what I mean? But yes, Crawford Long, which is now Emory Midtown, it's right down the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you straight from the deck.
Yeah, I'm straight from the deck.
Straight from the deck.
Parents moved here when my dad was getting his master's at Clark. It's not Clark Atlanta. It was Clark College then. He was getting his master's here. They moved down here. They had my brother in New York. My dad was at NYU, flunked out because he was having too much fun. My mom was getting her master's at Rutgers, so she ended up getting her master's of social work at Rutgers. They moved down here after my dad got another opportunity to get his master's in linguistics here at Clark. And my mom was from Philly. She was like, we're going back to the city, but she fell in love with the trees. Yeah. And they are in the same home that they brought me home from the hospital. And they're 82 and 78. So
that's a blessing.
Yeah,
oh man, God bless them.
So just born and raised in that home.
Yeah.
And
so did you grow up somewhere? Because I used to own properties in Decatur.
Oh, okay.
Off of
Columbia Drive.
Flat Shoals.
Oh, you are Flat Shoals. Yeah. I was off of Columbia Drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that near where Flat Shoals is?
Yeah, it's close.
Okay.
Absolutely close. Yeah.
Okay. So you coming up in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what the advantages were, but your experience, like what were the advantages you felt like you had coming up in a 2-parent
I didn't know anything different. I didn't know that wasn't the norm. And so, you learned, as you got a little older, and my dad is a pillar in the community. He's a legendary high school football coach, retired now, has a stadium named after him. His name is William Buck Godfrey. I mean, he sent over 300 boys to college scholarships, won the state championship with Quincy Carter, who was the quarterback then, who played for the Dallas Cowboys at one point. And, So they were pillars in the community. So my dad was a father figure to so many people. And then I realized, not everybody has this. But I think that shaped the woman who I am, being raised not only by a strong mother, but I'm a daddy's girl, and having a father. And I see the way your girls look at you. It's just, there's something about that shapes a woman into who she is. A good father. Yeah, and somebody can be present in the home and not present in the home. My daddy is present. He was our summer school. He was our summer camp because he was a teacher. Oh. So we had summers off. We didn't go to nobody's camp. It was daddy camp. Yeah. He would take us all over the place, and he was coaching football. He was the coach of our swim team. Yeah. I mean, we were with him all the time. And so I think, because of how I grew up, I wanted the same thing when my husband chose me. We came together because we came from the same foundation, 2-parent home,
wow.
educated parents, very Huxtable-like life that we came from. And so we are essentially providing our children with that same type of life.
Do you think that, having a reference point of your parents, being together, that helped shape you being able to
I knew exactly
sustain?
what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted that life because that's what I saw. Almost like too much. Like, okay, so I need to meet somebody in college, and then we're gonna get married, and then we're gonna have kids, and then so it was kind of that was kind of like how I did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was they gave me a true foundation for what it was to look like.
Yeah.
But I will now that I have experienced a lot of life. We're married 22 years. We got married at 27, which is very young, I think. You look at things like, what would I do different? But what I do tell my daughters now is that being a mother and a wife doesn't define you as a woman either.
Right.
And I think society, especially how I grew up, at least that's what I had in my head. Like, I got to do this right. I got to do it. This is the plan. But I want them to live a full life, whatever that looks like for them.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it like me.
Right.
But what is that? Go travel the world. You want to go to culinary school in France? My older daughter she just finished her first year at Howard, but she's such a world traveler. I'm like, you want to take a gap year? You want to do whatever you want to do, honey. If we can find the resources, go ahead and do it. So I want them to know that this is not what womanhood is. This is not the answer to womanhood. There's several answers, and you create your own space as to what womanhood looks like.
Now I have a question,
Yeah.
and I think, this is so beautiful, and I love that you're saying this because that's also what I try to impart to my sister too. Like, there's many ways that you can be a woman.
Absolutely.
And my mother, she's also very, obviously, like, my parents have been together all of my life, 33 years, right before,
right.
to count back. But my mother, it's funny, she just told me the same thing because we were, going to Nigeria, and I just told her, I said, Mom, I just want to stay a couple months. I said, I just want to live. I said, I don't want to just visit. Like, I want to live there and really ingratiate myself. And she was like, you ain't got no kids. You ain't got no man. Like, go.
Absolutely.
She was like, she was like, did you talk to your dad? I was like, you leave me okay.
I was like,
just book
I'm
the
still
ticket.
waiting on you to talk to
I
me.
know.
I'm still waiting.
Right.
Started the conversation every time. I was like, no, I just want to go. And she really, we just had a moment in the hallway. And I was like, she had never, I said, man, what space are you in? And not to say that obviously being a mother and a wife is fulfilling, but what space do you get to where you're like, I just want you to know that there are other options.
Yeah. And I think that comes from, just living this life out, this journey. And as you know, with relationships with your wife, like in marriage and stuff, you have to hope that when each of you are evolving, that you can still walk on this same path that is kind of together. Somebody may do this,
Exactly.
but can we come back together?
Yes.
Exactly.
Can we come back together? And that's the beauty of it. And I think one of those times when I was like, what the hell am I? Who am I
Yeah.
in all of this? And that's why I wanted to impart to my girls, and then he and I have grown in a way where it's like, hey, what is it that you want to do?
Yeah.
Or I know you need your time. And I'm encouraging, hey man, why don't you and your boys go on a trip or something? Because what I do? Oh baby, Shani gets out. So I'm with my friends a lot. And I love that my girls see me with my friends. My daughter just got home from Howard. Both nights she's had friends over at our home. But I love that.
Yeah.
Be with your people.
Yeah.
Because those folks are equally as important
Yes.
to continuing to allow yourself to grow in who you are. So do all the things. And a lot of I think my mom, she looks at my life and she's always like in awe, like, what are you doing today? Where are you going? I'm like, wow, honey, just do it. Just do it. So I think she was a social butterfly because she was the coach's wife. And she was the director of social services at Emory Hospital in the 80s, one of the top Black executives at the hospital. So she worked. And I think she sacrificed that social part of who she was. So when she sees me, I'm about to go, I just got back from LA, Mom. I just came back from Houston on Sunday. I mean, you know what I mean? So she sees me also having a life as a wife and a mother. I cooked 4 meals this morning before 7:30.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2 lunches, 2 breakfasts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then as soon as I leave here, I'm going to take myself to Houston's.
Yeah.
To have a piece of fish
Yes.
at the bar.
That's right. Get
Okay?
yourself time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love myself a lot.
Me too. Me too.
So
I'm
much.
an only child, so it
Oh,
comes
yeah.
natural.
We know you
Yeah.
love yourself.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yeah, I got some only child ways.
Yeah. I know y'all all do.
I
I
do.
got a couple friends. I'm like, oh.
I do. But
Okay.
I love that you said that because I think, I was going to ask you what you felt like the formula was to sustain a happy long-term relationship. And I always tell people, like you said, sometimes you still have your individual journeys and you're just walking through them together. But I always say that love is not always seeing eye to eye, but as long as you're looking in the same direction.
Yes.
You know?
What I always say is I really like my spouse.
Mm.
Liking someone is deep. Love, I feel like love undulates. It's going to go like this. But I actually like that guy. So when it's like, you want to watch the game? What you about to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still like him.
Yeah.
And I think that when I tell a lot of young couples, when they ask me that, or people that may be going through some tumultuous times, I like him. I still really like him a lot. And I think that is what has sustained at least my side of the relationship. And he, I feel like he likes me too. I mean, we just went out last night. We find time to just be.
Yes.
And, watch a football game. We fell in love watching college football. So,
Okay.
college game day every Saturday, I would go over his house. I mean, that's when he was, he had other women, calling his phone. So we met in college, but we kissed when we were freshmen.
Okay.
So we always had that foundation.
Yeah.
And we wanted to, they were like, there's something about Shawty right there. But we came together after college, right after college.
Not I imprinted.
Right. Oh, yeah, I did. But he did. The first time he saw me on campus, and this came up at our rehearsal dinner. His roommate and best friend said, "Man," he came back to the room and said, "I think I just saw my wife." He was like, "And it was you." Yeah. So 22
now,
years later.
kind of reeling it back. Remember, I used to tell you that. So when she was a young girl, I used to tell her, "Listen, be selfish with yourself." Remember, I used to tell you that. I used to be like, "Don't prematurely tether yourself to someone, because now you have to consider them, what they got going on, and all of that. Like, be free."
And no, it was.
But I didn't know you was gonna be this free.
No,
I didn't know
that's what
you know what I mean?
Because thank you.
I didn't know you was gonna be this free.
No, so that's what I was gonna say, and I'm happy y'all touched on that too, both of you all, because he would always say, like, me and your mom, like, we're a little bit of the anomaly because we had you so young
and stay together.
Exactly, and the odds of us staying together through all of these phases. And I got what he was saying, but when I got older in my late 20s, and I've had a couple of relationships myself, and I'm like, hold on. I'm outgrowing this MF in a year. Like, ooh, maybe I do need to wait. And see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then all of the be selfish with yourself. You could have your own stuff and kick him out. So all of that's coming back to me. And I'm like, you know what? He's right. That's my father. He knows me. Now he's like, where my grandbabies at? I'm like, sir,
you taught her what to do.
You literally gave me the blueprint.
That's
You're like, no, I'm trying to
true.
switch it up. The foundation.
They'll come. They'll be all right. You'll be all right.
No,
got a
that's the
middle
thing. She not, see?
I got
what
a
they
little
do is
brother.
they shift it to each other.
I got a little brother. He's
So she says, well, why y'all looking at me? My brother give it,
He has the name.
He got the name.
There you go.
Well, my youngest daughter has my name too.
See? So,
Hey,
It's all good.
I guess we'll figure it out.
Absolutely.
So you end up, what college did you go to?
I went to Florida A&M University.
Okay.
In Tallahassee, Florida.
And you pledged.
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated in 1995.
I'm glad I didn't call you Delta.
Please.
I'm sorry. I knew it was
our
one of
auntie
them.
niece is a Delta.
I'm sorry. And
That's nice.
my mom was a Delta too.
That's fine.
I didn't know.
I love everybody.
Okay.
But
I pledged. I was part of a fraternity one time too.
What you mean? Part of one.
What?
It's
Yeah.
a lifelong. What you mean?
It was the Crips.
Oh my God. I was like, what he about to say? What we talking about?
I never went to college.
Probably there. I don't recall this.
Nah, I never went to college. I always wanted that experience. I think in our generation, watching A Different World, that made me want to go to. I didn't even know Hillman wasn't even a real school, but I
Really?
I thought it was real school.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that changed it. I mean, my parents went to Delaware State University, so HBCUs, that's all they talked about in our home. They were like, hey, undergrad, you can go to HBCU. You got to go to an HBCU. You can go to a PWI, white school, like afterwards, master's if you want to, and you know, all of that.
PWI? What?
predominantly white institution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't go to school.
I didn't go to college.
But look how successful you are,
I
brother.
don't have that. Hey, but the irony of that is I didn't go to college, but everybody else in my household has a degree.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're supposed to do, Daddy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of instilled in my brother and myself's like head.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Tennessee State. I only applied to black schools, and I would not trade my experience at FAMU for anything in the world. I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't have met my husband. I wouldn't have had like some of my closest, dearest friends. I just wouldn't be who I am without FAMU. I really wouldn't.
Do you think that experience is still, do you think our culture, our young culture, do you think they still want that?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, there's been especially after 2020, there's been just an uptick in applications to HBCUs. I mean, my daughter was one of last year for the class of 24 going into Howard University. I think they accepted, and these numbers are probably a little off, maybe 3,000 or something students out of 36,000 applications. So people are going and they want to be a part of that culture. So yes, I do think that it's still very relevant. The way that she loves Howard University right now after 9 months, her first year, I cannot, but she still doesn't even understand the impact it's going to have on her life until she graduates. Like, oh, okay, I see. She's learning it now, but you don't get it until you get in the world.
What do you feel like the benefits? Do you think it's still beneficial to have a college degree?
I do. And it's not just about having a degree. It's about that experience. That experience. Being on campus, especially at an HBCU, being in the majority, being loved on by professors, learning who you are as a black woman, because you're going to be around all types of black people from all walks of life. That's what I learned at FAMU. I learned about people from West Africa, from Haiti, to hanging with people from Detroit, you know what I mean? And hanging from people from Cali, and just learning about all different types of cultures and all socioeconomic backgrounds. Here I'm a middle-class girl from Decatur, Georgia, looking like TLC, because we were all, that's from the 90s, so we fresh bobs and slacks, slouch pants and all that when it was cool. Well, it's still cool. But, just learning about who I was, and you learn more about yourself by being around people who are different but very much like who you are. So yes, it is still important, not for just a degree and where you're going, because you can pivot with that. Right. But I think it teaches you to discipline, get up, go to class, do the work, turn it in. That's discipline for all the things that you have to do. You got to shoot. You got to make sure it's edited. You got to do the back end stuff. It's all those things. It's all really brain work. What they doing with these kids now. I know my daughter don't like no geometry or algebra. She's never going to use that. But it makes her mind work. It's problem solving.
Teaches you how to think.
Teaches you how to think. So yes.
What made you want to pledge?
Well, my mother's an AKA. She pledged in 1965 at Delaware State. So I grew up around it. My entire life. We used to go to the sorority meetings and all of that stuff. So it was a part of my life. My dad is an Omega. He pledged at Delaware State in 1963. So it was just kind of all, in my house. And so I didn't even know. I learned later. I was like, oh, there's other sororities. Oh, okay. And, once you learn and you start reading. But when I got to FAMU and I was like, I think I want to do that. And so I ended up pledging in my sophomore year.
Okay.
At FAMU, and then I've created a whole brand around just the inclusivity of all of the Divine Nine. So yeah, I mean, I still think I wouldn't change. I've been an AKA for 30 years. I've been active all of my life. I serve internationally with AKA on the honorary and awards committee. So I bring in honorary members. Well, I'm on the committee that helps bring in honorary members like Tamron Hall and Robin Roberts and Lisa Leslie. So and Ruth Carter, who is a costume designer. Yes, I was at her ceremony. So I still play a big role in the sorority. I try to do whatever I'm a part of. I try to be my very best at.
Right.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I guess what I'm hearing is some of the benefits of being in a sorority is the sisterhood.
Oh, yeah.
But then also it's
Networking, huge. I mean, obviously, it's sisterhood and service and all of the things that we do in the community, and that's among all of us, from AKAs, Deltas, Zetas, Sigma, Gamma, Rho, and across the board to the fraternities as well. So yeah, the sisterhood has served me very well. literally some of the greatest women in my life are a part of my sorority. But I have incredible women, in my life from all 4 sororities and people that aren't in them at all. I just love Black women, period. I'm going to be a girl's girl till the day I die. But I have been able to network incredibly within my sorority, within the Divine Nine as a whole. And I'm really grateful for it.
Okay, you mentioned TLC.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't know this about you.
Okay.
But your introduction kind of into the entertainment world was through being an assistant for Left Eye.
Yes, I was Left Eye's personal assistant. That was one of the greatest experiences in my life. She was someone that was one of the most creative, if not the most creative person I've ever been around. Her heart was made of gold. Seriously. Just an individual that I'm so grateful to have shared space with her. And in my 20s, she showed me, I had never been, to a fine dining restaurant. Red Lobster was our fine dining. Everybody, my mom and dad had cooked at home at the crib. Yeah. So Red Lobster, so we're in New York and we're at some high-end restaurant. I had wine for the first time and I was like, oh, wine can't get you drunk, boy. I'm 23, like, what's happening? Never ridden in a limousine. That's when the stretch limousines were thing. Never, flown first class at that point. But even more than that, you got to see the behind the scenes of what these artists go through as far as the record label, the group interaction, but also family and friends. You've got great family and friends, but also you have leeches. And I was able to see that firsthand. I remember she told me one time, she was like, Rashan, I really enjoy you being around me because you're one of the only people that doesn't want anything from me.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm 20-something years old. And that has stuck with me. She also said, you are going to be such a superstar once you figure out what it is that you want to do. And, you just don't forget those words that people tell you, especially someone like her, but someone who was just wise beyond her years. And I think God just wanted her back because she was just so special, almost too special for this world. What
was something that she taught you that stuck with you? Aside from what you just said, what did you learn from working with her?
She had peaceful power. I've never said that together. Peaceful power. She was just so powerful. But there was a piece to it. I think she came to that. She was always constantly trying to learn who she was. She was on a spiritual journey when she passed away. She was in Honduras, but she had opened a lot of people's eyes up to Dr. Sebi and all of the healing medicines that he had. I actually got to meet him. But that peaceful power and learning how to fight for what you want. There's so many things that she wanted to do with TLC creatively that never saw the light of day because she was, turned down by, not only group members and the label, and they set a special bond. So I want to be very careful about that. They had a very special bond, but she was so incredibly talented. She wrote the treatment for Waterfalls. She wrote the treatment and walked it down to L.A. Reid's office and said, "This is what we want to do, and this is what it's going to look like." And that video cost, I think, at the time that was a $1.2 million video.
Did Hype Williams do that?
Hype did that. Okay. Yeah. And then I ended up working at LaFace Records in the music video department once I stopped working with Lisa. So that peaceful power and to fight for what it is that you want. She wanted so many things. Yeah.
At the time of her passing, had you already moved on?
I had. I was at this point, I've had several careers, several lives. At this point, I had stopped working at LaFace Records and I was in radio. This is my first stance in radio, and I'd just gotten into radio in 2000. That was 2003. Right. And I remember I was shooting a movie because I was still trying to listen. Yes. As creatives, we're all over the place.
We all over.
So I was on set, and my phone was ringing, and I had it on silent, and I picked it up, and I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" Yeah. And so that's when I found out about.
How did her death affect you?
Actually, it was 2002. Sorry about that. It was really like I wasn't, how some people just become, so consumed with grief where you can't move. There was never a time that I was so consumed with grief that it was debilitating. Because I felt like she had fought a long time just in her life. I felt that she was tired. She had fought a long time just from her childhood, the things that she had gone through in her childhood, and just fighting to be seen as a rapper and a star and a writer and really a stylist. She was so stylish. Like all of those, like a lot of those outfits were a lot of her creations that she, kind of collaborated with their stylist at the time. But I just felt like she was at peace, which was strange because she was so young.
Yeah.
But I think that I just had a glimpse of what some of the hardships were, and it made me accept it more.
Right.
Yeah.
So your time at LaFace,
Mm-hmm.
what was that like working with such a prolific, executive like L.A. Reid and Babyface?
Yeah, that was, I was young too. Still, I was 23 years old, I think, working in the music video department. And I got that job because of FAMU connection.
Yeah.
Wow. And wow, it was a lot. You're around this. This was when the music industry was like, it was booming.
It's early 90s.
This is early 2000s. Early
2000s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Because I graduated from FAMU in 97. So this was around 99. Because I only worked with Lisa for a year. And then I came to LaFace, I think, in 99. And, flying across the world and country with Pink. That's when Pink was still like an R&B artist, So we did her first video. There you go. Flying with Goody Mob to do their video shoot, and Tony Braxton. And I'm just like, this is like crazy. But then being around the music too.
Yeah.
And Donnell Jones of the world. Usher was doing Usher Live then. So he was, during my time, he was like kind of on a hiatus musically. But we did do Usher Live. But just being around all of that and seeing it. And then having been around artists and kind of seeing how artists move, I made a promise to God. I said, God, whenever you give me the platform, I want to treat the platform the way you intended for it to be treated. Yeah. Whatever, I want to make sure I'm very careful with the gift. Because a lot of people get platforms and they go crazy, go ballistic. I was like, just keep me where you need for me to be to show your light. And so I've made that promise. And I think that having seen all of that and having just experienced the music industry in that way, it just gave me a greater insight for the path that I want to take.
Right.
Or wanted to take at the time.
Musically, Atlanta has taken over music. Yeah. For I say, how long y'all?
I think since then.
Yeah.
It started then.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think Atlanta has had such a strong? What is it about the Atlanta scene and culture that has had a stronghold on music even till now?
Well, I mean, you had some incredibly talented producers here. But at the same time, L.A. Reid and Babyface had LaFace Records. You also had Rowdy Records with Dallas Austin. And you had So So Def with Jermaine Dupri. Those two guys right there are responsible for so many hits in this space. And then, of course, Outkast came under LaFace Records. Right. So you have the Dungeon Family. So you talk about like creating a beautiful sound here in the city that people had to take notice. When Andre Benjamin said the South got something to say, like we really did have something to say. And I just think that it was a break from the West Coast sound and from the East Coast sound. Yeah. Those sounds. Mm-hmm. When the South came, when we started our journey or whatever it is you want to call, or takeover.
Rain.
Yeah. We had so many different sounds.
Yeah, that's true.
You couldn't really, you knew it was from but when you first heard Outkast, you knew because of their Southern drawl. Yeah. But musically, you listened to the underbelly of the music. It was so, even if you listen to 8 Ball and MJG, their music was so increbble. Like, you just gotta...
What you know about 8 Ball and MJG? What you know about 8 Ball and MJG?
Every once in a while, this is how we play the game. Come on now. UGK, one with a trigger, two with a band. Come on now.
Oh, wow. You
Yeah, I'm 92.
okay.
I'm talking about 92 UGK.
9mm boys.
Come
Okay,
on.
you took it back to
Listen,
coming out hard.
Listen, come
okay.
back. Okay, let me do.
Yeah.
Let me wipe myself off. Yeah.
See,
yeah,
I
so,
love that. See, she
yeah.
got the ratchet and then she got the
I got all
polish.
that.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes me who I am, because
exactly.
I remember when I was in radio, this is when newspapers were still out, the blogs were in the newspaper. Well, newspapers were still out, but that's when comments could be made in newspapers and stuff like that. And I remember somebody saying when I was on Hot 107.9, they were like, I don't know what Rashan wants to be. Does she want to be proper or does she want to be ghetto? And I was like, what do you mean? But I never forgot that.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm both.
Exactly. That's a beautiful thing to
I'm
have
both.
a balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know how to listen. When you interview so many people, I've interviewed everybody from First Lady Michelle Obama to Gucci Mane.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the old Gucci
The
Mane.
old
I'm talking
Gucci
about,
Mane. You talking about
I'm talking about
the fat
old
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
Okay? And everybody in between.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So you got to be able to relate not only to your audience, but to the artist that you're speaking to.
That's right.
I can't be too
Yeah.
over the top
Exactly.
with that Gucci Mane.
Exactly.
But I know that I have to be pulled up and know what I'm talking about when I'm talking to First Lady Michelle Obama.
That's right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And everybody in between. So I've had all types of artists in my chair, all types of actors, athletes, all of that. You know, so
What was one of your favorite, most memorable interviews?
50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Before
Why?
he got crazy.
Oh, he's crazy now?
I mean, he's just
He just saying 50. He just
He
got
is
social media. That's
right.
all. He been the
Well,
same.
let me take that back because I really want to work with him. So
No. You said it already.
I
Go
did.
ahead. Go ahead.
before he got, the social media, I'd be like, Viv, what we talking about? But he was one of my most favorite interviews because, first of all, he looks you in your eye when he's speaking to you, which I absolutely love. And the way he answered his questions it was just fantastic. He's a Cancer like me, so maybe it was a Cancer energy. But I always enjoyed it. Also, back in the day, Chameleonaire was an excellent interview.
Yes.
Excellent interview.
Super intelligent.
Super intelligent. And I think he's doing stuff in the tech space.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he transitioned his career and quiet as kept Plies.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he's another.
very
He's
smart.
very
Yeah.
smart.
He's very smart.
Yeah, he turns it on.
He turns
for,
it on.
for the music
It's
and
a
for social
certain-
media.
Yes,
Yeah.
Plies was one of my favorites. So those three gentlemen actually come to mind when people ask me about some of my favorites. I always mention those three gentlemen because they just were that good to me. It just maybe it was at the space that I was in. I was really in my hip hop bag during those times. But I've had just so many fantastic interviews across the board, from athletes, from my sideline reporting and doing all the things that I've done in that space as well. But those three, they're just my go-tos when people ask me that question.
I'm curious, because I know you're very much a proponent for and a cheerleader for Black women, Black people in general, but Black women. So Felicia Rashad.
Oh, man.
I love Felicia Rashad.
Me
right?
too.
She just not recently, but she made a statement and they tried to drag her, which I agreed with her when she was talking in terms of how young women dress and comport themselves now.
Yeah.
You being such a, polished and regal woman, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Well, regal-ish, you know what I mean? But still, the way you carry yourself and comport yourself is still very, in the realm of Felicia Rashad. Yeah. What are your thoughts on, the young women, how they represent themselves today?
Yeah, no, there's one of those touchy subjects because in one breath, I love that they have the confidence that they have to wear what they want to wear. Like, I mean, I'm not out here like this is nice and covered up, but I might, show a little something. I'm still a mother and I can't do too much, but like if I wanted to be a little sexy, I totally know how to do that. I really think to each his own, and it still comes down to what's happening at home, but a lot of that isn't happening at home. In one sense, I do agree with what she's saying, but I also don't want to censor, some of these ladies that feel like this is how I want to feel. Like my daughter had a picture on, the picture that comes up on your iPhone, and I saw it one day and I was like, I don't really know what she's doing. Like, what's happening?
Right.
Because she's well endowed. And so I was like, am I tripping? Then, my mother-in-law called me. She was like, I was looking at her picture and I was like, yeah, I thought about the same thing. So I told her, I was like, hey, babe, can we think about changing the picture? She was like, why?
Yeah.
Like, did someone say something to you? I was like, can you just choose another picture? You know,
Right.
So especially having 2 daughters, as you know, you have to, it's a fine line because are you killing their confidence by what you think other people are going to think or what you think or placing that on them?
Mm-hmm.
And is that fair?
Right.
So you just got to.
But is it a
line.
thing of time and place though, right?
Yeah, I do think that.
Yeah.
I do think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me say that again so he can edit that without me
No, you're
tapping. Yes, I do think that. Like some of this, she's right. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to wear it there.
Right. Yeah.
Like you just have to wear it at this event.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's saying, "Hey, let's think about
Yeah.
something." So yes, I totally agree.
Because I
that.
used to tell her, if you remember, I would
do.
tell her, you do? Okay. I would tell her one or the other, right? If you're going to show cleavage, cover up the bottom.
Nice.
If you're going to be a little sexier tight down here, cover up the top.
Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah,
good,
the
Dad.
balance.
Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
what I used to tell her.
And I've adopted that. And
Yeah.
I've been just to kind of play off you two because it's a little bit of a slight generation because I ain't too far behind. But but no, because I was we have these debates all the time because like even when in terms of like the women's rap, I love it. Like
Yeah.
I'm such a like my top 5 is loaded with the most recent rappers, and I understand performance in the stage.
Yeah.
And I'm for that. But even I, as being maybe I'm a mid-millennial, I'm early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
I would too like to see style come back
Yeah.
and decorum and
Yeah.
a little bit of imagination because
Mhm.
even when you look at somebody like I love Sade,
Mhm.
who comes and goes as she pleases, but when you look at her presentation, like she's very sensual, sexy,
Yeah.
but she show a little midriff, but it's an allure that I feel like we as women still need that I
Yeah.
feel now is lost.
Okay.
Because now when everything is on display, like
You don't have nothing is left to the imagination.
I'm surprised strip clubs they got to be trapping out of strip clubs because I'm like, how are y'all still
Making
up?
money,
Everything
right?
is on IG
Yeah.
and OnlyFans, So
Yeah.
I wish I agree.
I like
with
that.
Felicia Rashad.
I like that.
Mhm.
I like what you said. Yeah. I think Doechii she does a pretty good job.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
I
did.
love
I love her.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's dope. I think
Yes.
she's truly dope. And I like that she can do sexy and then
Yes.
she'll come with a
Style.
whole all the way
Yes.
down and be like, dang, she looks sexy.
Exactly.
Even with that. So yeah. Yeah.
Tiana Taylor too.
Oh yeah. She's
Mhm.
she's
She's
Yeah, Tiana Taylor,
She's T.
she be in that gym.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it's
Body's
genetics
banging.
too, because
Yeah.
this baby will pop out a baby and have a whole
Yeah,
head
yeah.
tomorrow.
Everybody's
I'll be like,
banging. Yeah.
girl, somebody bless you down that line, child.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to pivot to acting.
Sure.
So of course you've been doing it all, for a long time, but it seems like recently, probably within the last, I would say maybe 5-10 years,
Mhm.
you've really been honing in on the acting.
Yeah.
We did a movie together.
Yeah.
Was it Little Piece of Heaven?
Uh-huh.
Right? She's my co-star.
Yes.
But All the Queen's Men.
Mm.
Now, yeah. See,
Yeah.
I didn't know you was in that until
Oh.
one day I'm at home.
Oh God.
So-
You just happened upon it?
Listen, so my wife is watching it,
Okay.
right? And so I'm doing something on the computer and I hear her say, "Oh, there's your girl." So I look up and it's you, and
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, good, interesting." So I'm watching it and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay."
Yeah.
So
I need water.
yeah. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah. She really, you know what I mean?
She was,
She's
without the
she's in this character. She's
Yeah.
doing her thing. So
We in there.
it's a little it's risque.
It's,
in
very
terms of
risque.
what we've seen you in previously.
Yeah.
So how did you prepare for that?
Yeah, that was scary. So I'm gonna, tell you all the things. So I auditioned. So when Sister Circle got canceled, our agent, Genya, was she called and she was just like, hey, let's go. Let's see what we can get. Since we don't have that, let's go full throttle with the acting thing. I still had them. I just, I had my TV show. And so that was acting was like 3rd or 4th on my already long list. And so I got casted for Sisters. season 2, I had like 3 scenes. I was like a preacher's wife.
I just missed the audition for them, but go ahead.
Oh, it's fine. Did you say DNA? Not able to audition? What is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. NAA. Anyway.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I auditioned for that and went into the bubble. So that's when Mr. Perry had the bubble, and we went in there and did all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So we were
remember
one of the,
that.
we were one of the first productions to go into production. And so that experience was incredible. And so after that, I kept getting more auditions, and I got this audition for All the Queen's Men, new show. And they were like, they want you to audition for Miss Tandy. So I had just hosted an event. So my makeup was done, had on a cute little dress or whatever. And so my husband was my reader, and he recorded me. And I saw 2 different deadlines how sometimes they have 2 different deadlines. And I'm like, well, which one is it?
Yeah.
Well, this one says it's due tonight.
That's
so
a fact.
I was like, read it for me.
That's
and I'm like, da-da-da-da, did this. I was like, I'm trying to edit and do all that. And I was like, you know what? That'll be the role I get. And it's because it's rushed.
Yeah.
Man. Fast forward like a couple of weeks later, Genya calls me. She was like, yo, they want to put you on hold. I was like, what? You lying?
Yeah.
She's like, there's a caveat. I was like, what? She's like, this role has nudity. And I'm like, what kind of nudity? What do you mean? She was like, you have to say yes before they can, pull the trigger on, So I said, I got to call you back.
Yeah.
Of course, I had to call my husband,
Of course.
who's a teacher. So I called him. I'm trying to get him on the phone. I was like, hey, babe, exciting news.
Yeah.
I got the role with Tyler Perry and All the Queen's Men. He was like, oh, man, it's incredible. And I was like, but there's one thing. And he was like, I said, it involves nudity. He was like, well, so what you got to show? I was like, I really don't know. But I just don't know. Because at the time I didn't know that you could, you can have intimacy coordinators and you can agree on what you like and what you don't. I didn't know that. I'm really green in this space.
Yeah.
But he had asked me a long time ago when we were looking at Power. Yeah. Lala and Tommy were getting it in. Mm-hmm. He said, hey, Jim promised me you'll never do something like that. Yeah. I was like, of course not, honey. Never, baby. So I took the role, but I was very scared of this character. Yeah. I've had a very clean brand my entire career, from radio, Face Records, radio, CNN, sideline reporting for CBS, all the things I've done, Hawks, Falcons TV, all of the things I've done been very clean. And so I was very nervous to do this character. But once I allowed myself to block out the noise, I was able to embrace her, and she has freed me. Miss Tandy has freed Rashan from listening to people's other opinions about what I do, how I show up. And she has just allowed me to embrace myself wholly, fully and wholly. And I'm very proud of her evolution as a character too. Because, she used to be all about what she was doing. Yeah. And now it's like, if people watch the series now, she's growing in new positions, and now it's much less of that. So, but she freed me. No, my husband does not watch the show at all. Yeah. No, he does not watch the show. I've asked my entire family to sit this show out. Yeah. Just because it shows me in a way that, I'm not really, I don't want my mother-in-law to see that.
I was shocked too. I mean,
yeah,
I haven't seen a lot of it, but what I did see, I was like, wow. Yeah. I was like,
it was totally
it's a departure from how we're used to seeing you.
Absolutely.
Which it was probably gratifying as an actress though.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because a lot of people who know me, like when I see you playing this role, I don't see you. Right. And that's when you know, okay, maybe I'm doing a good job, especially when the people that know me don't even see me. And I'm glad I have the hair and all that. Yeah. And so I can truly embrace the character. But I really love playing her.
I can tell you that. I didn't see Rashan.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
And as a fellow actor, that means a lot. Yes. Yeah. So, I got some backlash even from some people in my organization who thought that I shouldn't be playing that role, and had to fight with that internally. And people are like, it's her job.
Exactly. Exactly. She's an actress.
I'm an actress. Yeah. Like, I'm not up there like, hey, I'm not on OnlyFans or some video just came out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that. Yeah. So, but she freed me, and I'm really happy. And the way women come up to me about this character, I said, it's all worth it. Yeah. It was all worth it.
What's it like working with Tyler Perry?
He's one of the most brilliant people I've ever met. he does. The thing about Tyler, Mr. Perry, he never gets too big to do the little things. I remember we were doing a scene and my hair was like, they were like, hair, makeup, they were calling for hair and makeup because he wanted an adjustment on my hair because I had to wear something or whatever. That man came over there, he was like, shit, I'll just do it myself,
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, we're rolling, let's go, I'm ready to go, y'all, I'm ready to go. And we do it. We shoot very fast. And I think that at first it was so scary. I'm like, oh, what if I don't get the line right? What if I, but it makes you prepare. You have to prepare. You got to be very thorough in your preparation because you're going to get 1 or 2 shots.
That's what I heard.
That's all you're going to get. And so you want to be the best that you can in those 1 or 2 shots. If he thinks he got it, he is moving on. And so now when I shoot at other places, I'm like, y'all are taking so long. Why is it taking so long to get this shot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did a commercial shoot. I was a spokesperson for Rocket Mortgage for like a couple of years. And we shot the commercial. 4 commercials, 30-second commercials. It took us 12 hours. I was like, guys, wow. I know I killed it on the first shot. I know I did. But it's the commercial world. It's different. Exactly. So, but anyway,
I'm
enjoy
curious on the technical aspect because I've never had the pleasure of being on the Tyler Perry set. Does he shoot a lot handheld so he can keep it moving?
It's like 5 cameras.
Okay.
There are like 5 cameras. You got your main. You got a couple folks on Steadicam. On that roving one. You've got somebody. You got the main shot, and then you have the POV shot. So basically, when we're shooting this scene, we have 3 cameras here. There's
angle is wasted.
You get to shoot so fast because you can get the coverage.
Yes.
There's no marking down. I'm like, no. Unless there's if the director's like, yeah, this right here, and then the gaffer and all the other people and grip and all those people have to make adjustments. It's very little adjustments. And because we shoot, on the property, all of those sets are prepared to be, to get up and rolling. I absolutely love being over there. Wow. Absolutely love being over there.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
You just reminded me that we shared agents.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
What does Tyler Perry, in your opinion, mean to Atlanta?
I mean, he changed the structure of the film industry here. He changed the film industry here. I think he's changed the film industry. Mr. Perry has his own world of people that are going to follow everything that's under the Tyler Perry imprint. They're just going to do that. And you establish that by when he started off with those plays, those same people who were older than, their children, their grandchildren have followed him. And I think that he's brought so much money into not only the film industry, but the city of Atlanta. I mean, you think about Fort McPherson, it was a Army base.
Right.
This man said, what if I, and did. Mm-hmm. That place is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. Every time I go to set, I'm so grateful. I'm so very grateful. God used him as a vessel to change my life. Change my life. Wow. And I'm forever grateful.
Wow. So what do you have to say to the Tyler Perry haters?
How y'all doing? I don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
We're all gonna have them, right?
That's right.
And like I said, he's got his people. Mm-hmm. So anybody else that has anything to say aren't his people. Yeah. He will tell you that. I'm not doing this for them. Yeah. I'm doing this for the people that
rock with me and understand.
Right. And everybody has their lane. Yeah. It's room in this entire world for each of us to be who we're supposed to be. Yeah.
That's what I love about Tyler Perry is I learned that from him. Find your people.
Find your people.
Just find your people.
And do the work. Yep. And that's what he does. And that's what, again.
I've had a couple guests because y'all ATLians, right? Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Y'all are really proud of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Do you think that Atlanta is the best place for Black people to thrive?
I think we can thrive wherever we are. I mean, made it through slavery, right? Right. But in terms of now, I mean, I'm from here, so I only went away to college and came back. Mm-hmm. So I'm one of those people that would, eventually I gotta get me a little LA in my system, staying. I really want to be wealthy enough to have a brownstone in Harlem, a beach house in Fort Lauderdale. Like I want to, I'm manifesting that for my life. But in terms of Black folks doing well here, yes. Absolutely. There's no place like Atlanta. Yeah. You know, when people put on Instagram, Atlanta is not a real place. It's really, you can see some wild stuff here, right? But you also thrive very well and do very well in this space. We've been doing it a very long time. When you think about all the mayors, all the Black mayors, I mean, we are the epitome of Black excellence. We've been this Black. So I don't want people to get it twisted. We've been this Black. From the folks from Southwest Atlanta, that's where all the mayors live. It's always been Black excellence in Southwest Atlanta. One of the, back in the day, one of the most wealthy neighborhoods was right in in South DeKalb County. They were up there in PG County and all these other places. So we've been about that life, and that's why everybody has come to my city. Yeah. We fooled everybody. We're all the cameras. We are absolutely full. Thank you. Yeah.
Y'all free will. It is feeling like the 405.
Yeah.
But it was, I said, come on.
Yeah.
I didn't count.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Talk to me about your philanthropy.
Yeah, so I started Sporty Girls in 2006. I was a swimmer at FAMU. So I swam all 4 years. Black girls do swim. So I wanted to afford the opportunity for not only girls from low economic backgrounds, but for all girls, because I feel like middle-class girls got left out of the great programming that were set up for the underserved, didn't have enough for the elite program. So I felt like the middle-class girl always got left out. So I didn't want a economic stipulation on my nonprofit. So we've been able to, before I kind of took a hiatus in 2020, serve over 2,000 girls in the city of Atlanta, introducing them to swimming, soccer, tennis, golf, and lacrosse. I used to put on summer camps at Clayton State University, overnight camps, and we would have a swim camp and a soccer camp. It was specific to those particular camps, and some of those girls are still in our lives to this day, which has been incredible. So I'm thinking about, kind of recreating what I want it to look like now that I have a student athlete who's a softball player, my daughter, and she probably can go to college to play. I want to have a mentoring program for girls, student athletes, to try to find that balance. Also get them ready for the media, talk about NIL deals and all of that. So I want it to be a 2-year program. So I'm thinking about starting that for a group of girls, probably from her school. I want to start small, just student athletes from her school. But I've been giving back to the community. That's why I think, while we're here, giving is the rent we pay for living, and we're supposed to give back. And that I've been able to do that through sport and so many other things.
I love that.
What do you notice? And I ask this because my mother, too, when I was younger, she was really big on putting me into activities. So I did ballet, tap, jazz, acrobats. They put me in karate and, violin. And I did, when you're younger, you're just doing stuff and it's fun and you like it. But as I got older, same thing, I realized, I look back and I'm like, man, I have so many different experiences that still they were the building blocks of my confidence. So what do you notice now implementing those activities with your girls and the impact that it's had?
Oh, I mean, they will never forget some of the experiences that they've had. Like my older daughter went to France and stayed with a family there, she was with her school, but we set her up to be in a program that will take you to France for 13 days. And you're hanging out with kids from Hungary and y'all are having a party and all these things. She went on a mission trip to Belize. Both of my daughters have been to Belize on a mission trip, but also with sports. You learn how to fall and get up, both literally and figuratively.
Yes.
You learn how to play with a team. You learn about confidence when things don't go your way. You talk about women and being leaders. There's the percentage of CEOs that most women, as far as female CEOs, most of them play a sport. So they know how to navigate. They know how to do, they know how to be leaders in that space. And seeing my daughter and my younger baby is going to Texas in a few weeks for a softball tournament. Just these experiences they'll never forget, and they'll always say, "Remember that time when?" Remember that time. But I feel like they're worldly children because we were able to put them in things and allow them to have experiences that I know they will carry on with them for the rest of their lives. So I see it, and I love it, and it's helped develop my younger daughter exponentially as far as sport. And I'm trying to get her to translate when things don't go right at, at the bat and things don't go right in class, it's the same mentality. You get back up there and you swing again. Make it connect. Same thing in the classroom.
Right.
Yeah.
So, lastly, I want to ask you something.
I don't want to end.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. Lastly, go ahead.
Work-life balance.
Whew.
How do you do that?
I didn't do it well in the very beginning of our marriage. Well, when I became Rashan Ali, because radio here in Atlanta was big, and I won a contest with Ryan Cameron. Then I ended up having my own show, and like at one point, I was like the highest paid radio personality at our station. I was in the club. I was getting money. I had a driver before Uber was even existed.
Yeah.
Marvin Mar come get me from the house. We'd go get something to eat. I pick up my girls. I have a car for the whole night. Like, I was out there getting it. But then I remember my husband one time, I came into the house after probably a club night, and I would like fall asleep. He was like, man, you give the whole world Rashan Ali. I can't get a piece of Rashan when you get in this house. I was like, ooh. Let me figure this out.
Yeah.
Because I think about it now, like I would have left me.
Damn.
I would have left me. Because I was at every school, because, to teach you early in radio, if you want to endear yourself to your listeners, you got to endear yourself to the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I did every school, every talent show. I was the host. I was doing all of those things. And all of that would take time away from my husband at the time. And then children came, and I kept going with the older daughter. So I had to learn how to balance it out. Now I'm really good at it. My schedule's still crazy.
Yeah.
But I know how to, okay, it's time to shut down. We're going out to eat tonight. We're taking a trip.
Yeah.
We're doing that.
But the beauty of that is you listen, you hurting.
Yeah.
And then you made the effort.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Yeah.
I did. It took a second. Because I was like, why are you mad? The money good, ain't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not about that.
Right.
It's about him wanting me to be soft, and him wanting to feel like I needed him, which I did, but I was just on the grind so much.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but you taught me how to like grind, bro. You taught me how to be this go-getter.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they still just want to make sure you all still just want to feel like we need you.
Of course.
And you can't emasculate a man. And I had to make sure that I changed it up. And I'm glad I did.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So what does Rashan Ali have coming now? We know you got all the queens, man. So what's next?
Yeah. So I have always wanted to direct.
Okay.
So I was supposed to go to film school. Long story. Well, I got accepted in American University, went up there, came back home. My mama said I couldn't go. I wasn't one of those kids that fought my parents on the decisions that they made for me, especially my mom. My daddy, maybe, because we just had a different type of relationship. But my mama said no, I had to figure out my life and all of that. So I still have dreams of that. I wrote my first short film, so I am in the process of adding that on to what I'm doing. My next goal in life is to be sitting in the crowd at any award show, and there's an actor on stage that says, I just want to thank Rashan Ali for giving me the chance to change my life. That's my next goal in life.
Okay. Opportunity giver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I want to be that. And they pan to me and I'm just like, yes, God, thank you. I manifested this moment. Thank you for allowing me to help somebody else get to where they wanted to go.
Right.
And then I will implore upon them to do the same for somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope. Well, the boss is usually the biggest servant. So there it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note,
This was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you for coming. So listen, we just wanted to give you your flowers.
Thank you.
I've been a fan of you even before I met you and got the pleasure of working with you. So man, I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
I know you will continue.
Yes.
And I know everything you just said will come to fruition.
Yeah, thank you.
And
I appreciate both of
yeah,
you.
and however I can be of service, just let us know.
Okay.
You're always welcome to the show whenever.
Yes, this is great. I'm so glad you even thought of me. I appreciate that.
Of course, you was at the top of the list.
Oh, John. Okay. Shoulder coming up.
And of course, if you want to circle back to your platform, you need help with that.
Oh yeah, I
at your
am, because
disposal.
people are waiting and all the good things.
You have me at your service. So so that's another one for Holdin Court Podcast. We here with the incomparable Rashan Ali and my oldest daughter, Rachel Renee.
Come on,
and we'll
Rachel.
tap in with y'all later. Salute.